Welcome back to the channel, good friends. Brian from Apex Auction Car Reconditioning. I have a few minutes. We sprayed primer on the quarter panel of the Acura TL, working on that. Before that, we primered the rear bumper for the QX80. And I have a few minutes before I need to scuff and sand, so I thought we would wash this. Take a look at the paint, see what we need to do to address it once we get that far. Getting pretty far with the mechanical issues. We have about half of it serviced, all the fluids drained, new filters, and cleaned the air filter as well. It has a K&N air filter. You can clean those and re-oil them, and that's what we did. Runs better already. But we named it Big Stink because these diesels are stinky. A lot of fun with it, but right now we're going to wash it and see what type of paint issues. I know there's got to be body work that's been done on this because these rust out if you let them go, and I'm sure there's been some repairs here and there. I know there's paint chips. Let's see what type of swirls we have to work with. Am I going to have to do some wet sanding? Let's find out and wash this thing. So we have the primer on the bumper for the QX80. I had that done in the inflatable paint booth video that I did. And then over here, if you remember when we brought the Acura TL in, it looks fantastic, by the way, but I decided to fix the scrape that started here and went back through the bumper. And we got the bumper done. As you can see, that's taken care of. No more scrape. And we got it was from here back to there. There was a problem with a scrape and a dent that went back. So we have everything ready to go. We just need to let the primer dry a little bit more, scuff that, sand it. So what I'm going to do, we back it out, bring the paint booth over, inflate it, pull it back in, and then I'll get a video spraying that and let you know how it goes. But for now, this thing is absolutely filthy, and I don't think it's been washed in a long time. Bird crap, dirt, dust, the wheels are dirty. Absolutely filthy. And I want to get a good look at this paint, see what we have to work with, see what it's going to take to get this thing to look good, or just decent anyway. Let's get it washed up. So again, normally, if this was a maintenance wash, or if this thing was already corrected, I would do the foam, rinse, foam again, grab the wash mitts, and get to it. Since I'm going to have to do a correction, and I know it's bad, all the cars I bring back from the auction, the paint, it's the way it is. So I'd like to combine steps to be more efficient, and we're going to foam it, let it dwell a bit, break out the mitts, and these are older mitts. I don't use these mitts on cars that have a coating or are already corrected and just here for maintenance, but it's a completely different bucket and different mitts, and I just go to town and I get it washed and get it over with. The little bit of marring that we may cause, you won't even be able to see it. They're going to blend right in with the 99% of the other ones, and they're going to get corrected anyway. So I just want, for those down in the comments section that wonder why I really kind of condense things, that's why, just to be more efficient, and there's no reason to go through the extra steps. Start with the wheels and the wheel wells, and for the wheels we're going to use the Furies, and this is an iron wheel cleaner from Phoenix EOD. I'll try to remember to put the links for these products down below. I already have that in a spray bottle. We spray it on the wheel, give it a couple minutes, and some of it will turn that magenta or reddish color as it breaks down iron deposits. And then in a separate bottle, of course, we have the rubber and tire cleaner, and I also use that and spray that in the fender wells. Clean as much as that as I can because you see so much of it in a lifted truck. Already starting to turn as it found some ferrous metals. We'll let it do its work a little bit more as I spend some time on the fender wells. With one of these long brushes, you can get in there pretty far. Heck, you could even reach the frame rails. And then, if I could find it, I'm going to get the brush for the tires. These tires were sprayed with something really thick because it's almost neutralizing the cleaner. Almost like the McGuire's purple. Oh, what was that tire? You guys remember the McGuire's purple, real thick stuff like molasses? It gave the tires a real shiny gloss look. Something like that was sprayed on these. Okay. From there, we're going to break out. Let me get in there a little bit better. I'm going to break out the brush for the barrel of the wheels. That dried up rather quickly. That's not too bad. Tight fit between the caliper and the wheel. Hasn't been cleaned in a long, long time. And we'll find a brush, little detailing brush for the face of the wheel. And it looks like the clear that's on the face of this wheel needs to be refinished. And that we can do. But in the meantime, we'll get it as clean as we can. And we'll give it a thorough rinse. Look at all that. So what's left is the clear kind of lifting away from the polished aluminum, or is it machined? Yeah, it's a machined, kind of machined aluminum look to it. So we'll have to get these refinished at some point. All right, let me finish the rest of the wheels and tires and we'll move along. Wheels, tires, wheel arches, as clean as they're going to get until they're refinished. They don't look too bad for now. Time for the foam cannon. And this is what we have brewing over here. 2 ounces of the Apex Auto Wash from Phoenix EOD, and 1 ounce of Kraken, which is their all-purpose cleaner, just to kick it up a notch. Look how dirty that thing was. That needed a bath badly. All right, let's rinse this thing off thoroughly. No protection on there whatsoever. This thing was rinsed off. I noticed I was wrong, and it does have a little bit of protection on it. Sheets quickly. Now that's good to know, because before I go to correct it, I'm going to use something like the Kamikaze Surface Clean, or find something else to make sure that I cleaned off. I'm guessing it's a wax or a sealant. It's not reacting like a coating, but I need to remove that so it doesn't get caught up into my pads while I'm correcting. As always, so much better after a good, thorough bath. Needed it bad. But don't get any closer than this. It needs help. Lots of oxidation. There's some crow's feet. So eventually, I'm going to polish it and shine it up for now. But if I keep it, I'm going to have to sand this down and respray it, because that's only going to get worse. And you cannot correct the cracking from crow's feet. That's the material just drying out from old age. Staining. Minor bumps and bruises here and there. The molding, we'll take that off. We're going to keep the molding off and just clean it up and polish it. And we have some clear that's starting to peel. Definitely the back flares have to be taken off and resprayed. I thought I saw some signs of here we go. I don't know if you can see this. So there was some body work done right there. I'll see if I can get that a little bit better. Lots of chips, paint chips from the big ass tires. More peeling clear coat. It's mostly the flares, just a little bit on the bedside. Some minor abrasions here that'll all polish out, and there's some paint. There's some paint down there too, so some paint thinner will help get rid of that. Overall, not bad, and I believe overall when I'm done with it, it'll look fantastic without respraying anything. Let's get the swirl finder. Lots of swirls. Oh yeah. Plenty of swirls. With this, we'll truly get an idea if any repairs have been made or if it's been polished too thin. And we should be seeing between 5 and 5.5 mils. So it's a little, maybe just normal wear and tear on the hood. Same thing with the fender. It's not been polished too far. You could see, I'm not sure if you could see that, but there is textured orange peel effect in the paint. So it hasn't been polished that far. How about the doors? 4.3. What about this repair right here? 5. 4.6. So it was just a sand and respray. Okay. How about the bed back here? 5.3. 5.4. 5.1. I know where there's going to be a very thick reading because the cab corners always go bad on this. So that's where it starts to get really thick, and there's probably a lot of Bondo in there. It's kind of uniform so far all the way around, which is good to see for something this old. Bed's probably been repainted. Getting a little thin on the door. But still, guys, plenty of material, plenty of clear coat to polish and make it look fantastic. And that is eventually what we're going to do when we're finished with all the prep, preventive maintenance, and issues that I find. And then eventually we'll clean the interior, get this cleaned up. The Lariat package was an elaborate package back in the day, so we'll have to clean it up. I'm going to order the dye to dye the seats. I'll clean these seats, but they're going to come out back here. I always delete the back seats, so there's a lot more room for the shop manager. Speaking of the shop manager, you haven't seen her yet. She's in her favorite spot. She's just finished her bone stuffed with peanut butter. And it's time for a nap. Over here, even more dirty. And we'll have to repair that. So we'll kind of trim this a little bit. Oh, that drives me nuts. And then we'll put a patch in there. We'll fill it, and I'll show you how to do that. Same thing with the armrest. Ah, shut up. And then the last thing we'll do is detail under the hood, which is a mess as well. That is going to do it for this video, good friends. It was good to have this thing at least washed for the first time. It drives me nuts when they're that dirty. Tomorrow it goes in to get the new tires, and then we pick up the trailer, the car trailer, in 2 or 3 days. So we'll get some footage of that as well. And then we'll finish up any issues we find mechanically and the preventive maintenance. We PM it. And then we can hop on the paint and take care of the interior. Until then, if you have any questions or concerns, put them down in the comment section. If these videos are entertaining or help you in any way, of course, like the video. If not, dislike it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. There's so many viewers of the channel that aren't subscribed. And hit the notification bell. That will let you know when we have new videos out for you to consume, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.